Hey, it's Danielle, and what we're talking about today is this one thing in particular that goes on in all of our heads that can either jumpstart your career or can be holding you back. And I've experienced it many times before, and I feel like once we can just put it into words, we can really tackle this stuff. And so, in each of our heads, the way that we think about ourselves can start with the sentence, I'm the kind of person who. And as soon as we have these assumptions, some of them helpful to us, some of them not so much, about I'm the kind of person who blank, then we're always going to act in accordance with that. We don't want to make ourselves wrong about who we are. I'm the kind of person who blank. We're not going to go against that and make ourselves wrong and go against what we believe to be part of our identity. But our identity is always changing in little ways too. So it's important to know that some of these things actually are more flexible than we think, or we can think of it from a totally different angle and it's a game changer. So when we think about this, I'm the kind of person who, so I'm the kind of person who, let's think about ones that are going to be helpful. Like I'm the kind of person who will always find a way. If you're familiar with Marie Forleo, I love her. If you're not, look her up. She always talks about, making things figure outable, like everything is figure outable is her belief, and so she believes that she can find a way that she can figure it out no matter what's going on. I'm the kind of person who can make something figure outable or who can figure it out. That's going to lead to different decisions and actions than I'm the kind of person who is bad at making decisions or something like that. So let's go back to some other good ones. So I'm the kind of person who is really good connecting with people. That's a positive one, and that's helpful. We'll probably make you happy in some ways. And another one might be, I'm the kind of person who gets stuff done. Let's say that's another one. Awesome. Now, we also have these little identity beliefs that are not so helpful. So like I'm the kind of person who gets nervous really easily or gets overwhelmed really easily, or I'm the kind of person who's not very good at this, that, or the other thing. And I actually had one of these where I was like, I'm the kind of person who, and it was subtle. It wasn't like I was literally saying the sentence in my head all the time, but I believed I was the kind of person who gets nervous for interviews. And as soon as I recognized that that was not helpful to me, I knew a couple things needed to happen. One, I needed to change that. And the funny thing is about nervousness, if there's something you don't want to get nervous about, you can reframe it as excitement. Like our body doesn't know, we name our emotions and then we decide what that means. So anytime I was jittery, I was like, oh, I must be excited. And it was like I could totally change the experience of this. I could totally change the meaning of it by being like, oh, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. All right, let's do this. And so I had a couple little interviews for side gigs recently where I was like, I'm just going to go in excited. And it was also, so I said there were two things. The second piece there was anchoring that, actually doing the thing, not just telling myself in my head, but actually doing little interviews and basically desensitizing myself to the seriousness of that or anything. So I was just going in and getting more experience in that area and having that experience, reframing it as excitement, and it totally worked. So I encourage you right now to think about what's one thing that's really positive that you do where you say, I'm the kind of person who is really productive or something like that. What's one thing around work and career that you say is part of your identity that is helpful to you? And then what's one thing that's not so much? I'm the kind of person who gets distracted easily or something like that. Pick one of those and think about a way that you can tweak it. Just one little way that you could change that up just a little bit and see how it works out for you. All right, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.